Hey guys, welcome to your Daily Smash for Tuesday, February 25th. I'm Rick.
And Kelly.
We're back in HB, baby. Back the weather. How great is the weather in the desert?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's 78 here.
Yeah, it was a nice, really nice day here.
Sorry. Yeah, it was 70 something here.
But wow.
There is nothing like the desert right now.
It's going to get hot. I know a lot of you are still freezing through the winter, and I'm sorry, I feel bad for you, but it's going to be 93 this week in Palm Desert.
I love it like that.
It's hot.
I like it.
We just got our pool more than power washed. What do?
Well, so there's
sandblasted
a lot of hard water, and if you live in the desert, even in Arizona, around the tiles, you'll see like a white water line. That's calcium buildup. So you need to sandblast it to take all that off.
They had to empty the pool first.
Well, we did these white tiles, these round tiles, and I'm scrubbing them with right. I was scrubbing them. He's like, even do pumice. Like he was telling me to do all these things. Nothing worked. We had these lounge chairs that were in the desert, and if you're not cleaning them every single day because it's so dusty and dirty there, they get encrusted with this lime. And Rick and I did everything to try to get this out.
Yeah, we did.
We power washed it. We put bleach. We put CLR.
Let it soak.
We put vinegar. We put baking soda. We did the works on this thing, and we soaked it in the sun in bleach. Like, what did we not do? We scrubbed.
Well, we asked you guys for suggestions, and we followed all of them. We tried everything. We tried
every single protocol.
But this guy with his sandblaster, first he did all the blue tiles around the edge, which I'll show you. And they had to empty all the water out of the pool first. They scrubbed the whole pool. Those white tiles turned out good.
So Azure Pools, he came over and he looked at it and he goes, well, he showed me this Instagram of this guy. And the guy came out and he said, yeah, we sandblast it, whatever. And he's like, well, your pool guy is not doing it right. You either have to have a high electricity bill where it's always flowing over, or you, he's like, look, there's algae in there. And he's like, I have another pool guy. And he's like, if you just call this other pool guy, he'll do a better job. So I talked to Carlos, our pool guy, and I said, can you come over here? I go, he's saying there's algae here and that you're not putting the right chemicals in here. And he's like, oh my gosh. He's like, everybody does that so they can get their own business or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's like, there's no algae in here. He's like, all I have to do is sandblast it. He said, every 3 years, you're supposed to drain the water, and he's going to, redo it again.
My takeaway is he did a terrific job.
He did.
He got all those stains off. They worked their butts off, and it was hot on Saturday. They cleaned the whole pool. They cleaned all the tile. They did a great job. Came back and cleaned up today. We refilled. Well, he started the water. We turned it off. I got video when I forgot. I turned off one hose and turn off the other one, and it looked like one of those infinity pools, because the water was all the way up to the top.
You didn't know. I put another hose in there because it was taking 2 days to fill up. I'm curious to see what the water bill is going to be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because someone said to refill their pool up in New York is $400.
That sounds about right.
But there's no water here.
We'll find out soon enough. What happened at Home Depot today?
The lady gave me a free cherry line because she didn't want to go back and look for the price, and I didn't either.
We talked about it on our live.
I said it was $3.98 or something like that.
All right. Well, you did great. We talked about it on our live, the movie we saw Sunday night, Palm Springs. We watched it on Hulu. I just want to mention it again because if you blinked, you missed our conversation on our hour and 11-minute long live.
Was it an hour and 11 minutes?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
So funny. We have like 1,500 people watch our lives.
Live.
Uh-huh. And we only get like 200 likes.
If you're watching, and if you aren't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Palm Springs is a hilarious movie with Adam, what's his name?
Sandberg.
Is that his name? Adam Sandberg? Something Sandberg.
Some Berg.
Hilarious. It was so clever, this film. I really enjoyed it. Joy Reid's out at MSNBC.
Woo!
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. She was just nasty.
They're all nasty. All those radical left-wing people are all nasty. They're all nasty.
It was my kicker on my show tonight. I was like, her name of her show was Read Out, like your readout of a thing. And I was like, Joy Reid out. Read out. Get it? Read out. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh at someone else's being fired, even though she was so nasty. Eagles apparently are declining their invitation to go to the White House after winning the Super Bowl.
We talked about this already.
We did?
Yes.
On the live?
Yeah.
I didn't know if we mentioned it or not.
Oh, he's so into football and all this stuff. We spoke about all this.
I have to read you this message from Allie Peterson.
Okay.
My mom is a huge fan of the podcast. She orders everything that Kelly uses. I'm not kidding. She will come home with a new product or a package will arrive and I'll say, did Kelly Dodd recommend this? And the answer is always yes. Most recently, she ordered the Nioxin shampoo. Needless to say, Kelly is her #1 influencer.
I love that.
I was wondering if you would give her a shout out in your podcast. She's been going through stress recently, and I think that would completely brighten her day. She listens to every podcast. Her name is Dana Blankenship. Dana Blankenship.
Aww.
I've seen your comments before.
I love you.
I had no idea you were such a huge Kelly fan, and
that makes me feel so good. I want to cry.
Well, you can try her make. A few of you asked about a link for this. These.
This is calm. I'm going to take this tonight. Wait. Pack onto your tongue, let dissolve, and swallow. Drink water after.
This is the calm before the storm, so to speak. Before you go to bed. There's no alcohol involved in the filming of this program, by the way.
I'm not drinking this week. I am not drinking any alcohol this week. I got to lose some weight.
Christina said, can we get the links for the products you were talking about, please? Thank you. Yes. For these amazing... Did you just spill it all over yourself? What in the heck is wrong with you? What are we going to do about this?
Wait.
Oh, okay. I had it. You're not going to let me do it?
No, I'm going to go like this.
Okay, here you get a little tail. All right, well, there goes Kelly.
I keep forget.
You know what I found out the other day? Is my microphone worked all the way down on the first floor when I went down to talk to the contractor. So I had to edit out a whole section of our show because I had this whole conversation with him that you could hear.
Water in here?
Okay, now we can hear the toilet flush.
I was just seeing if the water worked. There was no water in there. That song is in my head.
Did you hear what I said?
I keep forget.
I can't have her attention for more than 3 seconds. I was saying that the last time when I left and went downstairs to talk to our contractor, you could hear my mic the whole time.
No way.
All the way down to the ground floor.
Wow.
And so I had to edit out this whole section because I'm talking, you're talking, I'm having different conversations. I had to cut the whole thing out. Christina said, can we get the links for the products you were talking about? Yeah, they're in the thing. Nancy Ferrari, look forward to seeing your products. I always love learning more about supplements and skincare.
Me too. I'm obsessed with that stuff. I'm obsessed with
DJ Winchell watched our live on Monday morning, said this is the fastest 1 hour, 12 minutes ever. Thank you for the laughs. It's fun.
It went by like that, did it not?
Did you make a Chico's comment?
Did I?
Because someone said, listen, Sandra Stenman, listen, I'm over 60 and I do not shop at Chico's, LOL.
I love you.
I didn't notice that you made a Chico's comment. Did you?
I did.
That's
hilarious.
Marie Abrams.
I love you, Sandra.
Marie Abrams saw our pickleball sign in our backyard when we did a little tour in our live. There's a sign that says, no loud music during pickleball.
That was the city of Palm Desert that made us
They
that.
made us have the sign made. And Marie Abrams said, the sign is the most ridiculous rule I've ever seen. In your own backyard. Crazy town. Is this a council that you can vote people out? I'd get in a campaign to vote them out. What's next?
Seriously.
I don't know if they're elected, but this was the Architectural Review Committee.
It was like dealing with Dumb and Dumber. I swear to you, like it was, and that Jeff Jeffries character, architect, and his house is, oh my God. Yeah.
We don't need to really relive the whole thing. It went on for a year.
No, it went on for a year, and it's just the things that they wanted us to do there was one guy in there the one architect in there that had a brain in his head.
Yeah.
The rest of them were complete. They're like what you see in the government.
We love you, Architectural Review
They're like
Committee.
the AOCs. They're like that.
No, you're the best. We got our permit. Take it easy. I mentioned Lester Holt stepping down from the NBC Nightly News.
Yes.
The guy was making $10 million a year. He's still going to do Dateline. Mm-hmm. And they haven't named his successor yet.
I bet you our friend Andrea Canning, who should be getting $10 million a year, doesn't.
Well, she doesn't host, and she's not the anchor of Nightly News. She's a correspondent on Dateline. The correspondents don't make anywhere near what the anchors make.
Well,
Trust me, I know, because I've been a correspondent for 35 years.
Well, I'm saying she should be making that much.
She should be hosting.
She's
Give her the
talented.
hosting job.
She's the most talented. And I'm not saying that because she's my friend. I'm saying it because she has everything. How about people were coming after her because she was hanging out and calling her a Republican? She's Canadian. Like, she's not even American.
Wait, I have to read a paragraph about Lester Holt. Holt took the helm at NBC Nightly News in 2015 as the network was embroiled in a controversy after it was revealed the evening news previous anchor, Brian Williams, had falsely claimed he was aboard a helicopter shot down in Iraq. Brian Williams was in Iraq when I was there. He was also in New Orleans during Katrina, lied about that too. He claimed he was in a helicopter that was shot down when he wasn't. And he's the main anchor of NBC News. Why would you ever make up a story like that? It's so easy to prove it didn't happen. There's enough that really did happen to talk about without having to make up.
What makes an Anchorman? Which is one of my favorite movies.
Me too.
Are they just not that smart? No, seriously, because Anchorman makes fun of them. Are they not? Are they really dumb?
There is a stereotype that was based on, I believe, some actual talking head anchormen who weren't that bright, couldn't really write their own copy, would just look good, had a good voice, good set of pipes, would sit down and read the news. But they were like Ron Burgundy. Who put a question mark in the prompter? I pride myself on being smart enough to write my own scripts, edit every script before I read it, write my own monologue, and ask my own questions. And they will give me suggested questions, and I'll go through them, and I'll put them in my own words, and I'll add questions. And then when we're doing the interview, on the fly, I'll throw out all kinds.
I am smart enough to go on GPT chat on AI and have me write me some stuff.
You know my friend AT.
I don't know why you don't do that.
What? GPI chat, whatever? Because I don't need that crap.
GPI chat.
GTA?
GPI chat.
GPS?
You're too smart. You're smarter than GPT chat.
You know my buddy AT?
Yes.
This is where he lives. In one of these, not this particular one, but he lives in a townhouse in this very development.
Oh, wow.
On the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. This is where Kevin Spacey bought.
Yes, he lives in that building with him, right?
He lived in the same complex. So they put the guy who bought Kevin Spacey's home and got a great deal on it. He paid like $3 million. It just put it on the market for $6 million.
Wow, AT's rolling that hard?
9,000 square feet. It's huge.
Wait, so did he foreclose on it, Kevin Spacey?
Kevin Spacey had to sell it. He bought it for $5.65 million. He fell in hard times.
Who the hell would want to spend that kind of money living in Baltimore? No offense. I'm sorry. I know there's Paul Craig from Baltimore. Sorry.
Oops. Here we go.
I'm only saying it because it's cold.
Have you ever been to Baltimore?
No, well, I've been through it with you, and I'm like, oh.
We drove through it. Yeah, it's not the prettiest city.
No.
I've spent time in Baltimore.
And
I grew up in Maryland. It is cold, especially compared to California.
I'm just sorry. I'm just a West Coast person. I'm sorry. But I do like. I like the Hamptons. I like New York.
In the summertime.
I like Charlotte. I like East Coast stuff.
but just not in the heat of summer and
I
not
like
in the
South
cold of winter.
Carolina. I like Hilton Head. I like warm places, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I like Chicago too.
I lived in Chicago for a year and a half, and I used to always say, why did they build a city here?
That's what I say about Arizona.
It was so
Or Las Vegas.
effing cold.
No offense to the Las Vegas people out there, but it's like there's like in the middle of the desert. Like, what made somebody say, "Oh, I want to build a huge city here"?
So Kevin Spacey paid more than $5.5 million for that place. He sold it to a real estate investor for $3.24 million.
God, he lost $2 million.
Over $2 million, and the guy just put it back on the market for $6 million.
Oh my God!
Spacey tried to get $100,000 to move out. They tried to block the sale. They lost. I guess he bought it at auction. The whole thing was just ugly.
So what happened with Kevin Spacey? Can you explain?
Kevin
it to me?
Spacey was, had a very successful actor, obviously. Did some
love
great
him.
films. American Beauty. Are you kidding me? It was amazing.
No, the one where he was at the end, where he was
He was playing the president.
Unusual Suspects.
Usual Suspects.
Oh, that one.
Would you say unusual? Unusual Suspects.
That
was the sequel to Usual Suspects. Unusual Suspects.
Sorry.
Kevin Spacey did that series, was it Showtime or HBO? House of Cards, where he played the president.
Yeah.
And Robin Penn Wright was his first lady. But just as that show was taken off, he got hit with a sexual harassment claim, lawsuit, followed by another lawsuit and multiple lawsuits. And all of a sudden, he couldn't get acting jobs. He was spending all his money on legal fees. And he couldn't afford the $6 million townhome he just bought, well, $5.5 million, or anything else. He fell in hard times.
That's so sad. Maybe we can get him back on the movies again. I feel sorry for people that happens to.
Well, this is America, and everyone gets a second chance in America.
Yeah.
And some people get third chances. So I would imagine you deserve, obviously, another chance. And Kevin Spacey, he'll get a comeback role at some point.
I hope so.
Yeah. I don't even want to do this in the news story. It's just this dirtbag vagrant who I don't even want to do it. Never mind. Let's do a happy story.
Yeah. What made you go down that deep dark hole?
Well, because it's an issue that I'm very passionate about, and that is letting people out of jail after they commit a crime, even though prosecutors request bail, even though the person committed prior crimes and is a danger to society, and some judge decides to let him go so he can go out and do it again. I can't wrap my head around it.
Well, I have some good news.
Oh, okay.
Shannon Bedore did a good deed.
She did?
Yes. She got the producers to film at my friend Asia Jones's restaurant, Billy's at the Beach.
Oh, that's cool.
For the show.
For the Real Housewives of Orange County?
Yes.
They're shooting a scene at Billy's?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Is Asia going to be there?
No, she wants to fly out for it, though.
To be there?
Yeah.
Hop in her Gulfstream and jet over to
She's
Billy's.
St. Bart's from, so I said to her, I'm going to be in Florida for 2 weeks. She goes, well, maybe you can come for 2 days to St. Bart's and stay with me for a couple of days, 2 nights.
Yeah, you can do that.
And then come back.
You have to, can you fly direct us? No, you have to connect, right? You're at St. Martin and then you do a little puddle jumper over there.
I said, I'll ask Rick.
I mean, you could definitely go. I could go for a weekend. If you want me to go with you, I could go for the weekend.
Okay.
Or if you want to stay longer, you can, or whatever. That's fine.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna go to Florida for a couple of weeks.
I got to get out of this house, even though I think it's pretty. It's just
we're making progress.
I'm fat right now because
awesome.
I've eaten out for every single meal.
Because we don't have a kitchen yet.
Oh, but this week on Cooking with Kelly, I learned how to make coupe-de. It's and I swear to you, it tastes just like my grandma's hamburgers. She used to make when we were little.
Those were good.
Wasn't it good?
And then we took the leftover meat, made a cheeseburger with what kind of bread?
Lavash.
And then added ketchup and cheese and
They have
well,
lavash
obviously
at
cheese.
Trader Joe's. I like lavash. It's like, it's not bready.
It was even better the second time around.
Thank you. Oh, nice.
My baby cooking for me in the desert. We can't cook here. We can cook there.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to leave it here on a happy note, and we'll be back tomorrow with another smash. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. And that Cooking with Kelly will be on our Rick and Kelly show on Patreon. We have a lot of other great stuff coming this week. So just like we do every week, check out our Rick and Kelly show on Patreon.
Yes, and you're going to learn how to make this awesome meal that Shireen showed me how to make. It's delicious.
Have a great day, everybody.